Wondering how your mindset affects your life? How to bring more energy into your business and life? Millions of people around the world ask these same questions daily. You are in the right place. Learn practices that will help give your life the meaning and success you've been searching for. Welcome to the Charge Podcast, teaching you how to create habits around real goals every day. Practical life advice from those who made it. Here's your host, Gary Wilbers.
Welcome, Chargers. We're glad to have you back again this week. Man, 2022 is almost completed. I hope you are ready for Christmas and ready for the holidays to enjoy your family and friends. But I want to share something I think that will be very important to you about goals. And I think it may help you as you kind of think these next 2 weeks of what goals you want to have in 2023. But remember, we announced a big announcement, and I want to give a drum roll again for this announcement. So here it is. All right, at the first of the year, we are changing over our podcast to the new name of the Small Business Answer Man. And this podcast will provide you with solutions to grow your business. So how can you be better at running your business? Well, I'm going to tell you, we're going to have guests on that's going to help you because entrepreneurship can be stressful. There's too much to do and not enough time. You're isolated in those daily decisions, but success and balance are possible. No entrepreneur can master all the key components of running a successful business on their own. So we're going to make the Small Business Answer Man podcast be the resource for small business owners and entrepreneurs to come to with great guests answering your questions and helping you grow your business. That is the key. So today I thought, what could I do to really help my listeners to get prepared for 2023? So what I thought I'd do is share with you how you can achieve your goals this next year. The question I have to ask you first is, do you set goals? Now, if you don't, I would tell you there is science that shows that when you set an intention and write down a goal, you're more likely to attain it on the things that you want to achieve. So let's go through this process and really allow you with how do you set goals? Because for some people, it's hard to get started. So how to achieve your goals? Why do successful people achieve their goals and those who do not set goals fail? That is the question I pose to you today. Why? I believe that goals are the ingredient that separates those who are successful and those who are not. Now, let me share with you how you can achieve any goal by using this method. Celeste Chura, founder of Personal Excellence, tells us, without goals, you subject yourself to the natural default set of actions and keep you feeling safe and comfortable every day. But this familiarity is the nemesis of growth. It prevents you from growing. It does not enable you to become the best person you can be. It denies you from tapping into all the potential inside of you. I want you to have that potential. So the key is to living up that full potential. And this is how you get out of your comfort zone and you grow as an individual and as a person, how you become the best that you can be. I want you to realize these stats. Approximately 80% of people never set goals for themselves. Of the 20% of the population does set goals, roughly 70% fail to achieve them. So you may say, why should I worry about setting goals? Well, let me give you a story that's made a difference for me. I remember back in the fall of 1988, I set a goal that I wanted to own a building for our main headquarters when I was in the wireless industry. I wrote this goal down. I created the reason why this was so important to me. And I broke that goal down to action steps I needed to take to achieve the goal within the next 3 years. I started in 1999 following through on my action steps, like talking to realtors. And do you know what happened? Well, I will tell you, the goal was accomplished in 1 year of setting the goal. We moved into our new location in October of 1999. Why did this happen? Because I followed a process that I'm going to share with you today. And it's easy to use. You just got to follow the process, and I'll give you a free download that will help you walk you through the process. So let's start with the first key. The first key is this: you have to visualize achieving your goal. Create a detailed mental image of the desired outcome. I use a process called forward thinking. This is the ability to look back and visualize how your goal will look like after you've successfully completed. And visualize that. Let that go from your subconscious to your conscious of you achieving it. That sets the mental state, and then you can go out and do it by creating the physical state. The second step is write your goals down. Those who write their goals down accomplish significantly more. You're 42% more likely to achieve your goals just by writing them down, and telling your friend increases this by another 78%. So the secret to accomplishing what matters most is you committing to your goals, because writing it brings it to clarity. Clarity allows you to constantly view them and become specific because you review them. I would recommend daily, no less than weekly. It gives you motivation. You see progress, or maybe even the lack of progress that you need to move forward with your goals. The other thing, it gives you focus. You determine those opportunities which are in alignment with your goals. And the next thing it gives you is the power of yourself. Gives you the power to become that overcomer. When obstacles come, you have the power to overcome that. And the other thing it gives you is achievement. You recognize and celebrate those progress towards your goals. Now, the third tip is, you've heard this all the time, but make them SMART goals. Make sure your goals are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. And then ask yourself why. Ask yourself, what is the driving force or the motivating factor for me achieving this goal? That is tip number 4. Number 5, set your action steps up. The action steps, you know how you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you accomplish a goal? One action step at a time. What are the action steps you need to take to reach your goals? Write those down, even if there's 10, 20, or 30 of them, because it's about doing the first thing on the list and then prioritize that list. And then the next thing you have to do to really achieve goals on number 5 is, what are habits and behaviors you have to commit to those changes that you will need to make to reach your goal. And then reward yourself. Reward yourself. Recognize even the smallest achievements that are helping you move towards that goal. Now, let's be honest. We're coming up on the end of the year. I've done it many times. I know you've done it, and you've said, I need to lose weight. Well, the first thing is, get very specific. I currently weigh whatever that number is, 195 pounds, and by this date, I will weigh this weight. Now, I remember when I set that goal, because I was 275 pounds. I was overweight, did not have the energy, stressed, overwhelmed. But what I did is I set that goal and told myself I was 275 pounds and that I was going to lose 75 pounds. And by the end of that year, I was going to be 200 pounds. I wrote that goal down. I remember it so vividly. It started on November 18th of 2002. I can remember the date because that is when I set the writing down and I set myself to it. Now I had started doing some habits and behaviors, and I had a business coach at that time, picked up what was a landline phone at that time and called a fitness trainer and scheduled me my introductory session. I went to that introductory session, and then I committed to getting up at 5 a.m. 3 days a week to work out with that trainer. The only thing was, if I didn't show up within 24-hour notice, if I didn't give them notice, I still paid for the session. I'm a tight one. So I showed up for those sessions at 5 a.m. So that means I had to get up at 4:30 to be able to make those sessions. And slowly, gradually, I've changed my eating habits. That was one of my actions. One of my actions was to stop eating fast food. Another one of my actions was to stop eating buffets. So slowly I started changing those eating habits. I didn't call it dieting. I tried to tell myself that I was making a lifestyle change. I had to eat differently. I couldn't do the same things, just exercise and think I'd get my results. And I will tell you, now I was a little bit younger then. I was about 38 at that time, and I lost 75 pounds in an 11-month time frame. October 20th of 2003, I was at that 200 pounds. That was 20 years ago now that I started on that journey. Today, I can tell you I'm standing here and I'm still in the range of 190 to 195. And I've maintained that over 20 years. I don't tell you to brag. I tell you, you can achieve it. You can do it. I want this for you. So are you willing to make the sacrifices? Are you willing to find the goals that you need to achieve what will allow you to achieve what you want? Let's make it happen. I get passionate about this. I'm sorry, folks. I'm preaching, yes, but I want you to know, give me an amen and say, yes, I can do it. I know you can do it. Because I coined this quote a few years ago, and it's been quite a few years ago now, that goals, it's like having your headlights on because you know where you're going. Think about that quote. Goals, it's like having your headlights on because you know where you're going. So if you want to achieve your goals this year, I know that you can do it. There's some great tools and resources that's out there. And I'm going to give you a free download that we're going to have in the show notes at chargepodcast.com that you can go, and it's a goal setting workbook and an infographic on goals to keep you motivated and get you to write your why and write down your goals of why you want to achieve it. That will be in those show notes. But I want to share 3 more strategies with you on another blog I wrote a few years ago, and because I think this may help you when you struggle. So early in my career, I struggled with that weight loss that I told you. I had that challenge, 275 pounds, got down to 200. And your goal does not have to be weight loss. Remember, I'm talking about the process. That's my journey, one of them that I was on. I've had other successful, like buying that building. I'm telling you, when I set goals, I go after them. I want to achieve. Do I ever fail? You better believe it. There's several goals I failed on. This year, I wanted to grow my mastermind members to 4 groups. I'm still just at 2 groups. So yes, I failed on that goal, but you know what? I'm setting in place now what I'm going to achieve next year. And what I missed out on was some of those action steps. I didn't take action. So why do I think I could achieve the goal? So I'm telling you some of the struggles I've had at that. So I want this for you. The first thing I want you to do is think about this. You know, this podcast has been named Charge. It's going to rename at the beginning of the year, but I want you to remember, create habits around real goals every day. What are the little habits, the little disciplines that you need to do? My habits are still to exercise. I exercise 4 to 5 times a week. It's consistent every week. You know, if I go on vacation, I still normally exercise unless we're doing a lot of hiking and I'm getting exercise that way. But I still exercise because it's part of who I am. It's what I want to do. I enjoy that. It gives me energy. So what are those little daily habits that you need to do? I told you one of my habits. I hate buffets. I try not to eat buffets because I'll eat too much. Even today, that's a rule of mine. I've changed that I don't diet. I've changed my eating habits. So all those things are little habits now I have. Just like you brush your teeth every morning, or I hope you do. Guess what? That's a habit. So create good habits for yourself on how you can achieve that goal. So make that happen. The second one is, I love Mel Robbins. She wrote a book called The 5-Second Rule. And it's a simple method, and it's really life-changing. And it's as simple as going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This simple method is a blueprint for taking action. And it's simple to use. So when you get the 1, you do whatever you don't want to do. Guess what? There's days I don't want to go exercise. I have to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Because if I think about it too much, what's going to happen? I'm not going to do it. So instead, use this simple method. Check out her book. It's Mel Robbins, The 5-Second Rule. Learn more about how you can create habits, create confidence, increase your productivity, develop a powerful mindset, make more money, feel in greater control, and pursue your dreams, plus so much more. It's a great book and a great read. I highly recommend it. The third item I want to give you is a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's another book that will help you make tiny changes to create remarkable results. Clear helps you really easily and understand a proven way to build good habits and break the bad ones. He feels how little small changes can grow into life-altering outcomes. I told you one of mine, it's true. He knows that real change from the compound effect, the small little things that you do, those small changes will have a transformative effect on your career, your relationships, and your life. Again, that book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. So if you're willing to do the work to create better habits, you will be the person at a cocktail party saying in 2 or 3 or 5 years to one of the attendees, how did you accomplish your goals? And you'll be able to look back and say, it's all about my daily habits that allow me to have success in my professional and personal life. So I hope this has been beneficial to you to think about your goals. I got a little passionate there. I'm sorry, but man, it's the end of the year. We need to set goals. And I want you to set goals, and I want you to achieve them, not just set them. And by those daily habits, you can do it. And that's at Charge, create habits around real goals every day. Remember, we have a download for you, free download. All you got to do is give me your email and your name, and you're going to get the goal setting workbook and an infographic on goals. So what you do to get that downloadable workbook is go to chargepodcast.com. We will have a graphic up there with it on the page. All you have to do is click on that and then put in your information, and you're going to get this workbook and infographic. I hope it serves you well. Please let me know if there's something that I can do to help you. I'm going to grow my mastermind next year. So if you are a small business owner and an entrepreneur and you're looking to make changes in your life, let's connect, because I think I can help you to reach your goals and get to your mountaintop without leaving behind what matters most at the bottom of the mountain. And that is my key, and that's the reason I do what I do. I want to just say to all my listeners, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I look so forward to serving you this next year. We're on 4 years of doing the podcast, and I truly enjoy this time I get to spend with you. We're going to start out with a new name next year. Small Business Answer Man is going to be the name of the podcast. And we're going to still have great guests, but we're going to really dive in what small business owners and entrepreneurs, the challenges that you have of getting those answers for you. Because we want you to imagine having access to business experts that you can gain the knowledge you need to grow your business and increase your freedom of time. As you move forward, enjoy this time with family. Be present. I have a little thing I put together last week is be a pal. A pal is be present, be attentive, and listen. And share this time with them. And let the glory of the season be a glorious season for you in this holiday season, Christmas and New Year's. And remember the reason that Christmas is here. It's not about the presents. It's not about the gifts. It's about the gift of Jesus Christ that came to us and saved us all. So go out there and make it a great day. And I look forward to seeing you back here next week for another great podcast. Merry Christmas, everyone.
This podcast is ended, but your life doesn't just stop. To continue your inspiring journey, head over to chargepodcast.com and access all the tools and resources mentioned on today's show. If you enjoyed this episode, consider sharing with somebody who may also benefit from the advice provided. That's chargepodcast.com. Until next time, charge in business and life.